Hello and welcome back to the channel, and I've got a special episode today, a debate. It's a debate between myself and King Fresh Gaming. Hello King Fresh Gaming, are you there mate?
Yes, sir. What's good? What's cracking?
Oh good, how you going?
Chilling, man. Same old shit, man. Every day, same old thing.
Yeah, let me just let the people know. It's I don't know, I think it's 10 a.m. here for me. I'm in the UK. What's your time now? It's
It's like 2:30
yeah, in the morning.
a.m.
Yeah, in the morning, yeah, just because yeah, unfortunately time zones and things so it messes us up. I mean, I do a lot of podcasts with Red Panda, and she's in New Zealand, and we're like 12 hours apart, so it's a nightmare trying to arrange times and whatever. But yes, so before we get into this, I just want to know what you've been playing recently. Hey, what you've been up to? Because it's all about gaming at the end of the day.
I'm playing Super Lucky Tail right now. Um, what else was I playing? Shit. I was doing a little analysis on the Matrix.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, I've not tried that yet.
yeah, a
It's
little
just a
bit of
demo.
Halo.
It's just a
Uh,
demo, isn't it? It's not a
yeah, it's a
full
demo,
game yet.
but
Yeah.
it's a look into the next generation and what these two consoles can do with next generation tech.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, you know the Coalition has helped develop that game. Epic Games
Yeah, I think they were
Coalition,
helping.
yeah, because they've
Yeah, I believe they were helping with the Xbox side.
yeah.
I think the Xbox is more difficult to make games for.
It's
To be
because
honest.
it's because the coalition of I think I've had they've said they've had about a year or so working with Unreal Engine 5, so they've most likely been working on a project, so it'd be interesting to see what they're working on. Um, right, so let's get into this. So today so we're having this basically everyone we're having this debate because King Fresh has been releasing a lot of videos of recent, haven't you, mate? And there's been quite a lot of controversy over your videos.
I don't know
Quite a lot
why,
of
but yeah,
questions
it has.
raised. So I think
Yeah.
we're going to just touch on some of your videos.
Round one.
hmm
Because at the end of the day, I think it needs to happen because at the end of the day, you call yourself the truth sayer
That I am.
and
That I am.
Captain Factual and stuff. You don't actually call yourself Captain Factual, but I just gave you that name. um,
No, but,
that's a good name. You can
I
keep
mean,
that one.
yeah, I live and die by the truth. You know what I mean? So I just go by what I see, what I like, what I talk about.
Live and
I
die.
double check everything that I do.
Live and die by the truth. Right.
Yeah,
Right. So let's get into this. So let's start on. I think the first video you done. I'm not sure the date of it, but it was the IGN was dishonest in their Halo Infinite review video. So you want
that's the first one you want to go over, or yeah, we can go over that. That's
yeah,
fine.
just yeah, because I think you talked about what's her name, Stella. So you
Yeah, so,
yeah.
yeah.
Uh, so I just want to say, firstly, you only seem to make vids about IGN being dishonest when they highlight and rate Xbox games such as Forza Horizon 5 or Halo Infinite high.
hmm
Um, why do you not have any issue with IGN when they rate PS games high? Are they being dishonest
What
then? That was my first question.
what PS game did they rate high that
Uh,
didn't deserve to be rated high?
the last, there's a lot. I mean, To Last of Us
Just get
2, Last of Us 2,
The
Days
Last of Us
Gone.
Two. Like The Last of Us Two, they gave it a 10, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Days Gone. Okay. Okay. Well, we can just go with The Last of Us Two, right?
okay.
Or if you want to do Days Gone, whichever one you want to do.
Ratchet and
The
Clank, Returnal.
What did Ratchet and Clank get from them,
I think I got a 9.
and why didn't it deserve a 9?
Well, this is the point. See, you make analysis on games and you think IGN are dishonest and lying, and you think that these
Yeah.
games, the Xbox games, should be getting 6s and 7s. So what?
No.
So what? So why is IGN being dishonest towards Xbox games?
Well, let's go for example. Halo, right? With that Halo, that whole thing with Stella, right?
Yeah.
I said in my video that she was qualified to say what she said because she played Halo Infinite. Where she was dishonest wasn't necessarily in the score, which it kind of still was, because she had so many gripes on every subject she brought up. She had a problem with, and she said she still liked it, but she had a problem with it back to back to back to back to back. But also, where the dishonesty was is that she never played Battlefield. She only played the Battlefield beta. I mean, Alex pointed out that played Battlefield, but he didn't point out that it was the beta before the game even came out, months before the game came out. She never played Battlefield. She never played Call of Duty, but she was comparing Call of Duty to Halo. And that's dishonest because how can you compare the two if you've never played all three? Am I wrong on that? Am I wrong on saying is that honesty?
Well, 2 points there. For one, never played. Right. Firstly, do you need to play a game to give an analysis or opinion on it?
Yes, especially when you're comparing gameplay elements.
Right. Okay, that's the first point. So you do need to play a game before you give an analysis or opinion on it. Secondly,
Well, no, wait.
oh, okay,
Hold on.
just because you just realised you've
Well,
been
no,
caught in your own.
oh
Because you
no,
give
no,
analysis
no.
on Xbox games before you played them.
Listen. I haven't been caught in anything.
Okay.
I never said an analysis. We're talking about a review right now. If you want to talk about an analysis, which is totally different than a review, you don't have to play a game to do an analysis. Analysis get done many times just off of a trailer, right?
Yeah.
So digital, like say for instance, Digital Foundry or Red Game and Tech, whoever you want to say is doing analysis that I can't do or whatever the fuck you guys are saying. They do analysis on games that they haven't got. They do analysis on trailers.
Right.
You see, I talk to Digital Foundry. I talk to these guys
Directly.
like all the time,
Yeah,
and
who do you talk to at Digital Foundry directly?
You said it again.
Who do you talk to directly at Digital Foundry?
I talked to John directly.
What did he say?
Yes, directly. Like
On the phone or on Twitter? Or...
like there are things that I don't talk about with Digital Foundry, like that I've been talked to with John and everything. Like even personal. I mean, fuck, bro, we talk a lot, dog. Yeah, really. Like say for example, I noticed that they didn't have any analysis for Halo, like no frame rate, no resolutions, right? For until the game came out. And did you notice that too?
Yeah.
So I asked him personally because I talked to him. So I asked him, and he told me why, and I never made a video again as to why, because he said Microsoft, in order for them to do analysis the way they do it, in order to count resolution and to count frame rates, they need to have the raw footage. They need to have 100% raw footage to make sure it doesn't have any of the noise that's in shit that comes if you get it off a YouTube video, for example.
Yeah.
You can't get an accurate reading.
You can't do an accurate analysis
Right.
of the game from
Right. So they
raw
need to
footage,
get
can you?
the raw. They need to get the raw footage of that game. And so Microsoft, they asked them several times for the raw trailer for Halo, but they never sent them that. They only sent them Forza Horizon, and that's why they did Forza Horizon's raw footage. So no, I never said that you can't analyze a game that you can't play because that would be 100% false, right? Because nobody analyzes games that they've only played. Nobody who does analysis have ever done that. So no, a review and an analysis are two different things. I think it's you who have that confused. Hopefully, I just cleared that up for you.
Oh no, just keep. No, I don't think you've cleared up very well. So what is an analysis and what is a review?
Well, a review is a review. An analysis is when you test something, right? You're testing it.
How do you test it? How do you
What do you
test
mean?
it when you do your
However,
analysis?
however you need to test it, you test it. What do you mean? How do I test it? What do you mean? What kind of example do you need?
Because you said you do analysis of these games that you've not
Okay.
played, and
Okay.
you just said about Digital Foundry don't use. They need the actual footage. They don't use.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't do
Because
that. You do analysis without having played the game.
right.
Without testing the game.
Yeah, exactly. Without what do you mean without having they do it without having played the game either. The reason why they
But you
need
just said
raw
you need
footage,
the analysis. You need to play the
the
game.
re-
You need
the reason why you need raw footage, what Digital Foundry needs raw footage and I don't, because never once in my analysis have I ever brought up frame rates or resolutions. Never once have I hooked up a machine to a video and got readings. Never once have I ever put that in any of my analysis because my analysis ain't based on that. I don't have the tech to do that, and so I don't put it in my videos, nor do I pretend that I do.
right. So
What I do what I do look at is different shadows, the sharpness of shadows, pop in, AI. I mean, there's a lot of things you can analyze
okay.
without analyzing fucking frame rates and resolution.
But you don't. You literally just watch YouTube and then get the information off YouTube or Twitter and stuff, don't you? And then that's your analysis is based off not raw footage, but it's based off sort of second-hand
If
footage, isn't it?
if I have a game, then I'll do an analysis with the game. Yeah, I feel that's better for me because I can get way more information because I can do way more
But you've
tests.
done analysis on games that you've not played.
Yeah, I've done analysis for The Last of Us. I've done analysis for Spider-Man. I've done analysis for Death Stranding. I've done analysis for God of War. I've done plenty analysis for all types of different games, well, without having them. It's just that you guys want to point out only the Xbox ones because for some reason that hurts your feelings, but you never even thought to check if I did do an analysis of The Last of Us, pointing out the pop in and The Last of Us. Right?
Did you point out the pop in on those games?
Yeah.
So,
Would you like a link? Would you like a link?
Yes, please send the links
Okay,
in because you've
I
got
would definitely provide you with the link.
okay. Have you done an analysis on Horizon Zero Dawn 2?
Two, not yet. I'm actually working on that now.
Okay. Have you done analysis on Ratchet and Clank
Yes, I actually have.
and Returnal? So in Ratchet and Clank then, because I've seen your Xbox analysis,
I've done several. I think I've done two analysis on
and
Ratchet and Clank. I'm sorry.
what issues did you highlight in the game?
Um, popping issues. I found some where you see fading. They have this fading issue. I pointed out how it had how the ray tracing wasn't all the way there yet, and it wasn't there at the time that I did it. It wasn't there. People were thinking that was ray tracing, and I was telling people that it was not ray tracing in my analysis, and I proved how it wasn't ray tracing in the analysis.
Did you point out how this is a next gen game only?
Yeah.
And it's not up to scratch. It's not very good.
Well, an analysis
It's
is
in
about.
fact trash.
I
As you call
think,
Xbox
I
games.
think again, I think you're confused. An analysis isn't based on whether a game is good or bad. An analysis is based on what you finding, what kind of findings you're finding for the tech that's available for the game that they made,
But you
and what we can.
But you said Halo and Forza are trash.
I said they were trash. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you did
I
say
think you got me confused once again. I said Forza Horizon is a great game, and to buy it full price or rent it, it's a great game. It's in my analysis. Did you overlook that?
No, I did watch your analysis, and you said it's a great
Why
game.
would you say?
Then you
Why
said
would you say that? I
but.
said it was.
Then you said,
Why? Hmm?
but, and then went on to outline why the game's trash.
Well, yeah, but I wish you can do. I believe that it's a missed opportunity for them because they could be the best arcade racer ever,
But it
and they
is.
just won't make that leap.
But it is the
And
best. Name a
that's
better
what
arcade
I'm
racer.
say again.
Name a better arcade racer than Forza Horizon.
Burnout, Burnout Paradise,
Are you joking?
Mario Kart.
Why are they best? But you're comparing Mario Kart with Forza Horizon.
Well,
You want Forza Horizon to
well,
be Mario Kart.
listen.
Is that
No,
what you
I
want?
don't. No,
They're
I
completely
don't.
different games.
I'm not saying you asked me to name you some arcade racers, and I did. I never said I want them to be them. I want them to be themselves. They just had they got so much there that they don't utilize, and that's what I was saying in my video. But you guys take it as some kind
Okay.
of insult
Let me break
to the
down.
game.
Well, we've gone off topic here, but let me just break down. What could they do to Forza Horizon 5 to make it the best arcade racer?
Well, I said it in there. I mean, you make him to where you can jump over this fucking volcano. You know what I'm saying? Make it to where you have some outrageous things that you got to do to reach certain shit. They have this open world, and all you do is go from hub to hub, race to fucking race. And I know there's little things that you can go and hit, and little farms that you can go and find. But this world is so big and beautiful that you can do so much more. And it's like, where is it? Is it in a DLC or
No, I don't
why?
think. See, this is where
Why
people
not?
question if you
Why
played
not?
the game because you said the game for a start. You said the game don't have ramps, and the game does have ramps. The game has lots of things.
What are you
It has
talking
lots of
about?
things. The game has ramps in it.
I said a ramp for the volcano. I
No,
said the
you also said
volcano
the
is
game.
shaped
You also said the
like a
game doesn't
ramp.
have ramps. You did say
I
that.
said the game doesn't have ramps, even
Yeah.
though I said the game has ramps.
And
Okay.
then you said the
All
game
right.
doesn't have ramps, and you said you can't jump the volcano. You probably could jump the volcano because, as
Can
you said, it's angled
volcano
that way. You could probably drive up it really fast and go over it if you choose to.
can't.
But
I've
it's
tested it. You can't. Can you tell me when and where?
and you can go into the volcano. You can actually drive into it. Did you do that as well?
Say that again.
You can actually drive into the volcano. Did you do that?
Can you jump over the volcano? Is the question.
I've not tried to jump the volcano because I didn't want to, but you most likely can because
What do you
the way it's
mean? You
shaped.
don't you don't you don't lose your car permanently. Like, can you or can you not jump over this volcano?
I would say yes, you can. I would
So
say
you
there's nothing that's stopping you from.
have
You
you
probably
have
wouldn't.
you jumped over this
You
volcano?
probably wouldn't clear it. You probably wouldn't make it because the volcano's
So
massive.
you're not jumping
You
over the
probably fall
volcano.
into it.
So then you're not jumping over the volcano. Imagine how fantastic the photo mode would be with
What?
people just jumping over this fucking volcano, dog.
Why would that be? Well, okay, it's okay. So you jump over the volcano, then what?
I'm just saying how the
You go,
game would be
yeah, I
better.
jumped a
I'm not saying
volcano.
nothing negative. I'm not arguing. If you don't believe that's true, then that's fine, bro. That's your own subjective opinion. I'm just giving mine. And my thoughts are this game would have been better if they would have been more arcadey.
Okay, how more arcadey?
What do you mean? Bro, the cars stick to the ground
They're done.
to where it's hard to even catch air. They try to they you can catch air.
It's like what I don't think you play. You telling me the game casts it to the ground, you can't get air. You can't
Look,
flip your
man, you
car.
want to
You can't
argue?
jump.
You want to argue over a subjective opinion, or do you want to have a conversation about my videos? Which one?
Because I thought you used the truth there. But you're saying your cars can't get air. You're saying your cars can't jump, and that's just
No, I didn't say
falses.
your cars can't jump. I'm saying that they stick to the ground. You haven't noticed that?
That's not true at all. How do they stick to the
It's
ground?
not true.
No.
Bro, I drove down this hill, bro, and I'm just in a Corvette, and I'm like, they don't catch. It's hard for them to catch air. They have this magnetism type. It's not fully there. You can flip your car over. I mean, in my video, I'm flipping the cars over. I am saying that it doesn't. It's harder to catch air, and than it would be in a real arcade game.
Well,
Period.
that's. Can you catch air in Mario Kart? Can you flip your
Yes,
car in Mario Kart?
yes.
I think you're fine.
You didn't know that? Do you have
Yeah,
Mario Kart?
yeah, you do. You just have those little ramps and you go over them.
Yeah, you can flip your car and you get a boost. Is there nitrous in fucking Forza Horizon?
No, why'd you have nitros? The game's
What do you mean? It's an
based on
arcade game. Why not?
because it's based on because this is not like a children's
Okay.
racer.
It's not a children's racer, but
No,
there's nitrous in throwing up cars, bro. You already have a Forza that doesn't have nitrous. So if you're gonna make one like all I'm saying is this shit would have made the game more fun. I guarantee you wouldn't be arguing if it did have it. In fact, you'd be bragging about it. How big of a jump you made because you did your nitrous at the right time. You go and you hit this fucking jump. You probably would be able to jump over the fucking volcano if you had nitrous. But they
yeah,
don't even have that. These are the things that I'm talking about, bro.
no,
And
yeah,
these and again, that's just my opinion. It had nothing to do with my analysis.
okay,
That was just my opinion on what I feel where they did a
yeah.
misstep
But
because
that's the
they already
thing.
have
That's the key
Forza.
point. It is your
They already
opinion, but it's not truth. It can be your opinion, but it doesn't,
no.
having an
What do you
opinion
mean?
doesn't necessarily mean truth.
What do you mean? Doesn't necessarily mean truth. What do you mean? I never said. I just said it was my opinion, bro.
Yeah,
I said, in my opinion, it
your
should
opinion
have
might not be
nitrous.
true, but it's still your opinion.
In my opinion, they should have nitrous, right? Because they already have Forza Motorsport. I said that in my video, bro. They already have Forza Motorsport. So if you want the realism, then you can go to Forza Motorsport and get that.
That's a
If you get
sim.
Forza Horizon, you
That's
can
what they
get
do,
more
isn't it?
arcade. You can do some crazy, insane, fun shit.
I'll give
And it's
you.
just a misstep in my eyes.
I'll
If
give
you
you
don't believe that it's a misstep, then that's fine,
okay.
bro. I don't care. Good.
Okay, but I'll give you an opinion. My opinion based on what you're going with. Last of Us 2 wasn't very good because you couldn't ride an elephant. You could only
Okay,
ride
cool.
horses. They should have put elephants in it. It would have made the game much
Yeah,
better
they
if they
should
put
have. They
elephants
should
in
have. They
it.
should. They
And then
should
when
have
you're
had
not on an
some.
elephant, if you could ride the elephant and then, I don't
Yeah.
know,
No.
put
How about
ramps
how
in it
about
and you
having?
could jump a house, that would have made the game
I
much
step.
better.
I'll step you up one better. Why not have a fucking mushroom faced elephant chasing you to fuck around?
Yeah. So in my
That would be
opinion,
awesome.
the game's not very good because it didn't have those
Okay,
things.
cool.
That's the
Hey,
opinion that's the kind of
that's
opinion you're giving on
that's
Forza.
fine.
I think you're
Okay, cool.
throwing
That's
in,
fine. If you don't
but
like The
just
Last of
don't.
Us 2, I'm fine with that, dog. That's
But
cool. I
what I was going to
mean,
say, so on the last of your analysis, did you highlight that you like how bad some of the footage was, or you couldn't, or the AI was, or that you couldn't destroy fruit and things, or
wait, say that again. And
that you couldn't kill
what's that?
fruit and stuff like that? Because a lot of your videos you tend to
In
be
what?
staring at trees
In what?
and in Last of Us 2.
On The Last of Us 2, did I talk about fruit? I think I did actually. I brought up
You
how you
can't
can
shoot
shoot,
through.
how you can shoot different cups. They didn't really have fruit for you to shoot.
Yeah,
Um,
it was. Cool.
they had a lot of details in their shit though. I mean, like too much detail sometimes.
There's not much detail.
I mean, I tested the snow physics, how when you walk through a tree, the snow will fall on you. Just different things that I did test on it. But see,
And
you don't believe me because you haven't seen the video, right?
yeah,
No,
no,
right?
I believe you. I believe you was very biased. I believe what you did was you
How?
went to Xbox games and you highlighted
Video?
just the bad points, and then you go to
Have
the Last of Us
have you
Two,
seen my
and you just
PlayStation
focus on the
game
good
video?
points. That's what I believe you
Have
did.
have you seen my PlayStation videos?
So so you're telling me that if I won't do it now, obviously, but if I go to watch
Okay.
one of your Last of Us Two videos and it proves my
Uh-huh.
point,
What point? What point is going to prove? I mean, I don't
that
understand. I'm
that you
just
just focus
analyzing the
on the
video.
positives for the PlayStation games and the negative for Xbox games.
Okay. Okay, go ahead. You're going to see me zoom in. You're going to see me look at pop in and find pop in. You're going to see me do all this shit.
All right,
So go ahead.
we'll do that later.
Okay, do that for
Right.
sure. Like,
Okay.
you know, this is what I mean by the insecurities of Xbox fanboys
No,
believing that he's attacking Xbox when they're not. You guys call me a PlayStation fanboy, but haven't seen any of my videos on doing the same thing to PlayStation games. You
right.
know,
There's
I
no
just find that funny.
there's no
That
insecurity. There's no insecurity.
Xbox
You
game.
just spend a lot of time, like you've made about 4 videos on Halo, for example, doing analysis
Yeah,
before you've even played the
it's
game,
Halo nothing.
doing
It's
analysis
Halo
of
nothing.
second. Did you when you played? Did you play Forza Horizon 5 on your? You played on the Xbox One, didn't you? You played Forza Horizon.
No,
What?
I don't have an Xbox One. I have an Xbox One X, and it's not even plugged up.
Oh, it's
I
you.
have an Xbox Series X that I play all my Xbox games on.
So you played both these games on your Xbox Series X
All on the Xbox Series X, no other console.
because the detail and the issues that you
That's the
have when
issue.
you do on your
Details in the
games,
game.
we
You're not
don't
paying
seem to
attention
get
to me
on.
because do you stop and test this game or do you just play it?
You're not really testing anything. You're just stopping to look at the floor. That's not really a test.
I'm
But if I
actually
was to do
testing
that,
it.
I don't
Like
see
I
half the
tested,
issues, like half the popping that you see
I'm
on your
actually.
games, or half the issues.
You're not gonna tell me. You can't tell me that I didn't test it when I did, bro. Like
Oh, you probably
I
did test
tested.
it, but I'm
I tested.
finding it a bit
I'll tell
curious
you.
that you.
I'll tell you what I tested because you clearly don't remember. I tested driving through palm trees at 9 miles per hour.
Oh
I
no, I'm telling
tested.
you, I know, I believe you tested it. What I'm telling you, I don't 100% believe that you tested it on the Xbox Series X. I believe you tested it
Oh
on
well,
the Xbox One X.
that's your prerogative, bro. I'm telling you that I tested on the Xbox Series X. Why wouldn't I test it on the Xbox Series X and not tell anybody?
Well, because you want to be disingenuous
I
about
want
you.
to.
You want to show the game looking worse than it actually
Why
is.
would I? Why would I ever lie to people I don't know about
Why
video
would
games?
you ever lie to people you don't know? Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why would I ever lie?
Let's carry on with
Why?
this debate then, and we'll come back to that later.
Well, we can go. We can do it now. I mean,
Right.
whenever you want to.
I know. I'm
This
sure
your
it'll come
show.
up.
Okay.
Right. So what was I saying? So during your video, you claim Stella, the reviewer, is being inexperienced on Halo and not a vet of FPS games. This is
I never said she wasn't a fan of FPS
a
games. She
veteran,
wasn't a fan of
not a
Halo.
veteran. No, listen. You said she's
A
not
veteran
a
for
vet of
Halo.
FPS games.
A vet for Halo. Yeah, when I said these
No,
games, I mean Halo. We're talking about Halo.
no. You
I
did
know
actually. No, hold it.
she plays
The
Apex in the background. I know she plays Apex. I know that she plays online and I know she does the free to play games. I know.
all right. Listen. When you made the video, you know that now because you watched Alex's video. But at the 2.15
Why would I
mark,
need to, why would I need
listen.
to, I didn't in fact I did watch Alex's video.
Well,
That's the
that's
thing. He
listen.
came in the last minute to ask him, okay, I heard you was calling me a bitch or whatever, so no, bring me on your show. Because you disrespected me, you calling me a bitch. I mean, somebody calling me a bitch and then they're not gonna bring me on their show. I mean, that's pussy shit.
You
But
finished?
I didn't watch his show. I'm not sitting there watching Alex, bro. I know for a fact. Why do you think
You finished?
people send? I think it was you. Was it you who sent me a clip talking about oh look, she did play Battlefield, and then I fucking conveniently just show you the fucking that he was the fucking beta of Battlefield.
That was me. No. Right, can I finish? You just keep cutting me off. Can I finish? Right, so in your video, at the 2.15 mark on your video, you stated she's not a vet of FPS games.
Uh huh.
You did. You said that
Okay.
at the 2.15 minute mark. You said she's not a vet of FPS games. Yeah.
Okay. Uh-huh.
But now you're saying she's a vet because you've watched Alex's video and now you know better.
No,
But you're
I never said she was.
pretty much your whole
I was.
argument is about her not being experienced with FPS games. But you seem to
Nigga,
be proven wrong on that.
are you gonna let me speak, or are you gonna keep cutting me off? You don't gotta, like, you're gonna say a point, right, and then let me answer that point. You keep moving on the points, and it's making the conversation muddy. And you don't need to do that. If you want to have this conversation, this debate, then we can do that. But don't move on with points before I can answer your questions. Okay?
I've not finished the same point.
Now,
I'm trying to get my point across, but you just keep interrupting me.
no, you're switching points. You're switching points. You
What?
talking about? You talking about? I said that she wasn't a vet. Told
Yeah.
you already. I'm talking about fucking Halo, but she still isn't
No,
a
I
vet.
told you already at the 2.15 mark. You said she's not a vet of FPS games. You didn't say Halo. You said she's not a vet of FPS games. I'm just repeating what you said, man. You said it. 2.15 mark of video. She's not a vet of FPS games.
He's not a vet at FPS games. How new is Apex?
Huh?
How old is Apex?
Well, no, it's a few years old.
2 years old?
2 or 3 years old.
So she been playing Apex for 2 years, and she's a vet at FPS games.
So now you're doubling back. Now you are claiming she's not a vet of FPS
Oh no,
games.
I'm not doubling back. I'm just thinking. I'm just throwing it at your point.
All right, let me just clear this up. Is she a vet of FPS games? Yes or no?
No, she's not a vet
Right.
at FPS games. But I was talking about Halo in my video.
Right, but it's irrelevant now because you just said she's not a vet of FPS games.
Okay,
Right.
so I mean, she's not a vet. Like, what do you mean vet? She plays FPS games, but she's not a vet. How are you a vet if you just started with Apex?
Because she's far more experienced, which is what.
I mean, that's just a hero shooter. You know what I'm saying? You need to be playing a real FPS game to know the feeling of FPS games.
Like
She didn't even use Apex
give
in her fucking.
Give an example
and-
of FPS games you have to play to make you a vet.
What do you mean, dog? Like, I mean, if Apex is 2 years, you telling me after 2 years of playing FPS games, you're a vet?
Well, she plays esports, and she's either called esports caster, so that puts her at the top rank level of.
She's a top ranked FPS vet after 2 years. Yeah, that's what you believe. Halo been out.
That's true. She is an esports caster. She plays esports.
Halo has been out for 20 years. Halo has been out for 20 years, and she played 2 years of a free to play shooter.
Do you know how old she is?
You telling me she playing with the best of the best of first person shooter players?
She's a what?
So you telling me she just walking into Call of Duty and just molly-whopping people? I mean, she wasn't even molly-whopping people in Halo. What do you mean vet?
She's. Have you looked? As I said, have you looked at her history of games?
I looked.
She's the same highly ranked on games like Call of Duty and Battlefield. Have you looked at her kill streak? What's it called? Kill streak.
Bruh.
How many people she's killed in it compared to how many deaths she's had?
How many people she killed, bro?
She's not highly ranked in FPS games. That's why she's an.
Okay. What
her
FPS
only
game?
chosen esports is her only chosen esport
What
is
FPS game?
Apex because
What
everyone usually
FPS game?
specialises in a FPS.
What FPS game?
Call of Duty? Have you looked? She's played Call
Call
of
of
Duty.
Duty what?
Call of Duty.
It's like Call of Duty's been around for 25 years. Call of Duty what?
Looking at the most recent one, but she's probably played more of them. But
Oh, no,
I don't know why she has to.
hasn't.
She's not been around like to have played games 20 years ago.
So how is
She's
she
not
a
that
vet
old.
if she hasn't been around?
Because of her experience and quality of gameplay. Because she's good at them. She would destroy you and anyone you know on Apex. I would put her on vet level.
What? I mean, if she might destroy you. I mean, I'm a type of gamer. You're not going to tell me you can beat me.
Are you telling me you would beat her at Apex?
I beat everybody until they beat me. I'm the type of guy. I'm a real gamer. I'm not the type of guy to sit here and doubt my skills to anybody just because they're on fucking IGN.
Right. Okay, so are you telling me you're better
I've beaten
than Stella
champions
at
in
Apex?
Tekken.
Are you telling me you're better?
I've beaten champions in Tekken.
Not who?
All right.
Or champions?
So it's like it doesn't matter. Like you got your level of gamer might be looking at people and be intimidated by other gamers. Me, I'm hype for the challenge, not intimidated.
What Okay, what champions have you beat on Mortal Kombat? Did you say Mortal Kombat? What champions
No,
have
no,
you
I
beat?
said Tekken. I said
Tekken.
Tekken.
What champions you Tekken? Fucking asshole.
I
What
forgot his
first
fucking
Tekken?
name. No, no, no. This was Tekken 4?
Fucking hell.
Tekken 4. No,
Who
no,
champ?
no, Tekken
By champions you
okay,
mean e-sport gamers, yeah?
Tekken Resurrection.
So by champions you mean e-sporters, yeah?
I'm talking about
Or just your mate
top
Dave?
30. I'm talking about top 30 rank.
Top 30 ranks. So what are they?
Man,
Nationalities?
that shit was like
Popularity?
7, 8.
Sorry.
That shit was like 7, 8 years ago. I just know he was top 30 ranked. That's like a
What was his
fucking
name?
champ in that game. I don't fucking remember, bro. It was fucking more than 7 years ago. Do you know how old Tekken Resurrection is?
It's hard to make a point when you sort of can't back up on anything.
Well, okay.
But are you?
Well, you
But
asked me
let's
a
go back to
question,
this.
man. Would you like to play Tekken and see what it is to play somebody who could be the champion?
No, how are we play
Would you
Tekken?
like to
What's
play?
Tekken on my Xbox? Fuck.
Well, okay, well, then you don't
That's what
got
we
it
can
then.
do after this. We can go 1-on-1 on Halo Infinite and like that.
Yeah, we can play it, and you might beat me because I barely play it. But we can still play it because I fear nobody.
Right, I've looked at our play. We both put over a day on Halo Infinite.
That's fine. The time
We
on
both
Halo
put.
Infinite
I think
includes
I've
the
actually
time
only
on
put
Halo
about 5 hours more on Halo Infinite than you have.
the time includes the single player campaign.
Yeah, mine too.
So I haven't like I said, I barely play it, but we can run it. I don't mind.
But I mean, as
What
you was making the point though,
what
you was making the point with Stella that because she plays Apex, as a vet, you should be good at all games. You should be good at all
if you
FPSs. That's the
believe
point
that
you was
she's
making
a
at
vet,
Stella.
it's fine.
Are you now
If
sort of retracting that and
you
saying, oh,
believe
you've not played Halo, so you're not good at that one?
that she's a vet, fine. It has nothing to do with me saying her being dishonest in her IGN review.
It was because that was your main gripe about her.
No, my main gripe
Experience.
was she didn't have experience to say that this is a callback to all the old Halos when she hasn't played them. It's dishonest when you say you comparing it to Battlefield and Call of Duty, you haven't played them.
So to give
It's to give it a 9.
An unbiased opinion, should you have played all the games and completed them all?
Say that again.
So to give an unbiased opinion, should you have played and completed all the games?
No.
Okay, so
There's
I don't see your point against it. Why can't she give an opinion?
This is where your
She has
mistake.
completed them all, even though she's played and completed them all.
Listen close.
Unlike yourself, but she can't give an opinion, but you can.
Listen, it's not an opinion. Listen close. Listen close to what I'm about to tell you. Okay, listen close. I didn't review Halo.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the difference between me and her.
Yeah.
She reviewed it on one of the biggest gaming sites in gaming.
Yeah.
And it's one of the biggest games out there.
Yeah.
I said that somebody who played the game, who has experience in the game, should have reviewed it so they can compare and can say, okay, this is why this is better now. This is the best Halo ever. How can she say it's the best Halo ever if this is when she first started playing Halo?
Right. Firstly,
I mean, if you don't think that's dishonest, fine. Live in that dark world that you live in.
It's not dishonest at all.
Okay?
Because
Firstly,
a review is an opinion. A review of the game is an opinion. So she's just giving her opinion. Secondly, she's giving her opinion on the multiplayer, which
it's a review. It's not an opinion. It's a review.
Is an opinion. A review is an opinion.
How can you have an opinion on a game? How can you compare a game to a game you haven't played and have an opinion on it? How?
Reviews are opinions. Reviews are people's opinions.
No, listen.
An analysis is a breakdown.
Let me talk. No, bro, you have to let me talk. Me off. You're being rude on channel, dog. You're gonna have to let me talk, bro. If you're gonna try to accuse something, you're gonna have to let me talk, okay?
Yep.
I'm not being rude or nothing. I'm just being honest, bro. Like you cut me off. It's rude as fuck. I don't know why you're doing it. All right. But like I said, she is comparing the game to games she never played. So how can you compare something to something you've never played? How? In a review. How? It's not an analysis to where you can go and test different things, look at different things, find different things like pop in. No. This is a review to where you're reviewing the game, right? Your experience with the game. And I said in my video that she has the right to talk about Halo Infinite as much as she wants because she put in the time and she has experience with it. Where her mistake is that she brought up other games that she did not play to try to compare it because those are the competition of Halo. And she's saying Halo is better than Battlefield and better than Call of Duty even though she never played them. So how does she know that it's better? That's dishonest.
Right? No, it's not dishonest because she was
If you're
given.
going to say anything different, you're going to look bad on your own channel
No, you've
because
already,
it's
you've already
only
looked
the
bad,
truth.
man, by saying you're better at Apex than she is. Right. So
No, I never said I was better at Apex than she is. I never said that.
okay.
I said that in a first-person shooter, I will beat her. I never said Apex.
So what first-person shooter do you think you beat her at?
Run that Call of Duty, I'll smack her all day. Run that
Really?
Battlefield, I'll smack her all day.
Okay.
Run one GoldenEye 007. I'll smack her all day. We can go
GoldenEye.
on.
GoldenEye. Come on, man.
You laughing? You laughing? But I'm just saying, bro. I can go all the way back.
Wow. She probably wasn't even.
And it's people. It's people who are saying like hours or some shit. I mean, I had somebody tweet me saying that the hours were her hours were more, or I haven't. I beat Halo 1 and 2. You know what I'm saying? And I always said I wasn't a big fan of Halo. I'm a Gears guy, not a Halo guy. I've always said that. And I've always said I got the utmost respect for Halo because I respect what Halo is. Always. Never once have I ever not said anything different. But you guys don't know this because you only want to listen to what you want to hear.
No, it's not true. Because let's carry on. Yes. So where was we? You talk too much. So you said she needs to play. Right. Firstly, a review is an opinion piece. All reviews are opinions, right? They're not analysis of the game. They're just a review and opinion of a game, and the opinions are based on that game, not the history of the franchise or anything. They don't review other games. They just review that game face value. In addition,
Uh-huh.
she was just reviewing the multiplayer. She probably has the most
Okay.
experience of multiplayer of FPS games in IGN because
Mm.
she
So
does
then why is she
e-scores.
comparing it to Halo's multiplayer?
Huh?
Why did she compare? She could have compared it to Apex and had a good point. Nobody could say anything to her.
She probably
But
she probably jumped into that and had a look at it. She probably had a play of it and then compared it to, and then sort of said this is better because it is factually better than Halo 5's multiplayer.
But she hasn't played Halo 5.
I believe she has.
So how can she put that and say that something's better if she hasn't played it, bro?
Right.
How?
Okay. You give in your analysis. You give the same thing. You compared Forza Horizon 4 with Forza Horizon 5. You also compared
An
Halo 5
analysis,
with Halo
not
Infinite. However,
an analysis.
you didn't play
Not,
complete even Forza Horizon 5. You actually have less gameplay in Halo 5 and Forza Horizon 4 than you do in Halo Infinite and Forza Horizon 5. You directly compare the two. You claim the older games are better than new games.
no. Slow down. Slow
Basically doing what you're accusing me of.
down. You have an accent, bro. Slow down.
Yeah.
All right. Say that again.
You basically you're accusing her of doing what you do yourself. You're saying she hasn't got experience of the previous games, so she shouldn't give her an opinion.
No, I never said that. I don't do reviews. Right? Have you seen it? Have I done a review for Forza Horizon?
But you've done
Have I
an
done
analysis where you compared the two games.
I did an analysis.
A previous game.
An analysis is not a review.
No,
An analysis.
You're muddling
An
words to
analysis
escape
is
of
not a review,
being
bro.
caught out.
They're not the same thing. You know that, right? You know that analysis is not a review. You know
But you're not
how many
analysing.
analysis?
But you're not doing analysis either because
Listen.
you're just running the game and looking at the ground. That's not analysis.
You said what? I'm running the game. What game did I do that with?
You're running on every game, every Xbox game you play. You basically log into the game
Every
and then
Xbox
just stare
game
at the
I
ground.
played.
And then stare
I
at the
just
sky,
stare at the
and
ground.
then stare at the tree.
No, I didn't.
And then zoom in 100%. That's not 100%.
I don't talk about reflections. I don't talk about AI. I don't talk about damage. I don't talk about bullet damage and different type of bullets. I don't talk about lighting. I don't talk about shadows. I don't talk about none of this type of stuff. Is what you're telling me?
Did you do all that for Ratchet and Clank?
Yes.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that video.
So, no, but the answer. I'm asking you a question. Are you telling me? Because you just said that I just look at the ground. Are you telling me all the stuff I just named to you right now I didn't do in my analysis?
I'm gonna have a look because I see you just released a
So
video yesterday.
you're judging me on an analysis you haven't watched?
No, I was looking at your first two videos about Halo because you already made two. You've made a
Okay.
lot of videos about Halo, and I
Okay.
looked at your
I have.
first
I mean,
analysis
I
because you've
mean,
done about
made more.
3 analyses of Halo, and
I've made more analysis on Death Stranding than I've done for Halo.
but they're not professional analyses, are they?
What do you mean? What's a professional analysis?
Because you're not using any equipment. You're basically just playing the game and just looking at stuff.
You need to have equipment to do an analysis. Who told you this?
Well, that's what Digital Foundry. You compare yourself to Digital Foundry.
What do you mean? I talk to Digital Foundry personally, bro. They respect my analysis,
I don't think they do.
right?
I don't think they respect your
So
analysis.
what's professional? What's the difference between me and them?
What's the difference between you? This is the funny thing about actually Digital Foundry as well, because you say you're on the same par, you're like them.
I'm nothing like them. I'm my own person.
Okay, but
I'm a leader. I'm not a
you
follower.
say you're on the same sort of thing as them. You get them,
I,
and you sort of commended them, didn't you?
game and
Commended them on Halo.
they respect my analysis. They respect my analysis.
And
Even when I'm saying something against them, they've apologized to me publicly.
yeah, and you commended Digital Foundry on their analysis of Halo.
For Halo.
Yeah.
Definitely. Because it was a wonderful analysis. Finally, they're getting back on track to doing the analysis that I've always been telling them that they haven't been doing, and that's finding the goods and the bads. Nobody wants to hear just your opinion or just a view or for them to read a script given to them. Actually give us an analysis on the game. Analyze the game. Test the game. Don't do all the extra bullshit that they were pulling off, especially with Gears 5, where all this shit started in the first place.
Well, yes, because
To where
you've made countless videos
where
about
Gears
Digital
5
Foundry lying and being
Gears
exposed and being inconsistent.
Gears 5, the coalition came to Digital Foundry and had an interview with them, and they put that interview in their analysis. They didn't analyze that game. And this John said this publicly. And that's what I checked them on. And he apologized and said that they'll do better from now on. They understand where I'm coming
When
from.
did he say that?
And they do what? Say that again?
When did he say that? On Twitter?
This is on NeoGaf, bro. 3 years ago. When I got on him about Gears 5, bro. You ain't know?
No.
You ain't know? This is when we started talking, bro. This is when I started talking to them.
What you talk?
This
So,
is when we
just to
started
clarify,
talking to
how
me.
do you talk? Do you talk on the phone?
They didn't know. They didn't know that I was smart enough to point out and know that they were reading shit. They were reading their analysis. They weren't really doing an analysis for Gears 5. They read information
So you
given to
gave
them by
pointers to Digital Foundry, yeah?
Say that again?
You gave pointers to Digital Foundry, yeah?
Yes, I did.
Okay. You can.
Oh, I know you don't believe it. Hey, look, I understand you don't believe it because I'm a hood nigga, right? Like y'all niggas think that because I don't sound quote unquote professional,
It's not.
that I don't that what I say isn't true, and I think that's something that's blinding a lot of
It's
you
got
guys is
nothing
that
to do with your
none of
culture,
this shit
your
matters.
skin color, or where you're from. It's
I
just.
never said anything about a race, bro. I said how I talk, bro. I didn't say shit about my race. That's on your mind. I didn't say shit
No,
about
that's
race.
why I said.
What I'm telling you is that you need to start believing in yourself that you can do anything that you want to do, and that's what I do, and I do it, and people respect me for it. Even people who you respect but don't believe they respect me because reasons, right?
I respect them because they do proper analysis. They've got the equipment for it. They look
How?
at
What's a
things.
proper analysis?
I'm telling you.
How is it a proper analysis
I'm
if they're
telling you.
reading a script given to them by the developer? How is it a proper analysis
I'm telling
if
you.
they're reading a script? They're not doing no tests.
I'll
They're
tell you,
reading
stop talking.
scripts given to them from the fucking developer. How? How is that proper?
We finished.
Hmm?
Right, let me get. I was trying to tell you. You're like the wife sometimes where you just talk over people and just repeat the same thing. Right. There's like 2 or 3 of them that work on these analyses, yeah? And they break down everything and look at everything with great detail. They use various equipment to look into their studies and things, and they run various checks and stuff like that. What they don't do is they don't go on YouTube and then do an
Have you
analysis.
seen my Digital Foundry Exposed video?
What one?
The third one, not the one on Gears 5. Just the one when I did it in the middle of the night, and I was like, you know what, bro, like, fuck it. If y'all don't, fuck it, because I was quiet about it. I was like, look, I'm gonna leave it alone. But John was still mad, so John was still talking shit. And I'm like, okay, I wasn't gonna put this information out there, but fuck it, I'm gonna put it out there. And I put out the information showing them where they got their fucking words from directly from the coalition. Because what they didn't realize that I was smart enough to see that they put out their analysis before they put out their interview with the coalition, even though they had the interview with the coalition before they did the analysis. And so they took all the information that they got from the interview and put it in their analysis. When they said slip destruction or something like that, swift destruction, I'm like, where did they get the name from that from? Like, how are you analyzing something and not talking to the developers if they told you the name of the destruction? And that was the first thing, the first clue that made me understand, like, okay, there's
Where
something wrong here.
sorry,
So
where
so
did
then
this
I go on
conversation
that.
happen? Is there any evidence of
Oh,
this conversation?
listen, John was repeating word for word what the coalition said in the interview. He was saying things that he doesn't normally say, like goo and stuff like that. Like, oh, you blow them up and this goo will fly everywhere. Same sentence was said by the fucking developer, bro. I pointed this out, and then he admitted that that was what's happening, and he admitted that it happened in a few other analysis. This happens all the time. It's his words, not mine. Okay,
Yeah.
so are they doing proper analysis if they're not analyzing?
Right. Yes. Okay. So you seem to. That's what my point is. You seem to only call out Digital Foundry when they
When
don't
they do
commend
something
when they
wrong,
don't well, no, it's not true. When they don't commend Xbox games, you call them out on it, and
what?
you've done various videos on them, like Digital Foundry lied, Digital Foundry ignores Xbox flaws,
Uh-huh,
Digital Foundry exposed, Digital Foundry inconsistent. Can they be trusted? Digital
uh-huh.
Foundry lied about Cyberpunk, and
Well, well, what?
you've done a lot of videos claiming Digital Foundry are not to be trusted and not reliable.
Well, they're not.
But
Well,
then
Alex
the
is.
moment
Um,
an analysis, as you say,
uh-huh.
that that agrees with your not so good analysis, you say they're trusted and people should listen to them. But then when they do an
Look,
analysis
I
of
give, I
a
give,
PlayStation
look,
game and it's not
because
very good, you call them back out again and say
let
they're
me
wrong.
answer this, bro. Like let me answer. Like you didn't listen to me when I first said that I live by the truth, live and die by it.
Yeah.
So if he gave a good analysis and I gave him props for it, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what real people do. I could have sit there and said, "Oh, that analysis was all wrong. He had this and this and this," but no, he covered all bases as he should. I've always compared it to God of War and to Spider-Man's analysis. And after talking to him, I understand why those analyses are different on PlayStation side than from Xbox's side. Because with Xbox, the developers come down and they talk to him about the game and give him information. PlayStation doesn't do that. PlayStation doesn't come to Digital Foundry to give them information. Therefore, Digital Foundry has to actually test the game and making a video on the game. That's why the PlayStation versions of their shit always have flaws, and you've never once seen me put a video saying Digital Foundry was wrong for saying this flaw. Never. And they always point out flaws on PlayStation games. They spent fucking 20 minutes on reflections alone in Spider-Man for fucking PlayStation. They sat there and spent 10 minutes on screen space
And
reflections
did you
and
complain
how
about that? Did you complain when they point out flaws on PlayStation games? Did you complain about it?
no, no, I loved it.
Really?
That's what I told them. I said it in the video. I loved it because that was a true analysis. It was showing me the limits of what the console can do, what these developers did on the inside to get this thing to work. So I loved it because it was informal. But when a developer talks to you about their game, they're not going to tell you anything negative about their game because they're fucking salesmen. They're going to fucking tell you everything that's right about the game. And so when you listen to them, you can actually hear differences in the analysis because they know how to find flaws. And it's not about finding flaws, it's just testing things to see how
Yeah,
things work.
exactly. How do they do proper analysis? This is what my point I was trying to make to you.
I do proper analysis too. If you
Your
don't want
analysis
to,
are not proper analysis, my friend.
listen, look, that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to watch my channel. Okay? That's fine. If you don't believe in my analysis, I'm not asking you to. I'm not here to beg anybody to subscribe to me or watch any of my shit. You don't have to.
That's right.
Okay? That's fine. Digital Foundry watches me. I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't
I'll
believe me,
take that with a
don't.
pinch of
That's
salt.
do what
Yeah.
you do.
Because the other gripe I see you talking with who was it on Twitter the other day to Salty. What was that about? About
What about?
I think was it Sorry? Yeah, I think you took a jab at Halo only being 6 hours long.
Yeah. Okay. What about it?
It's not 6 hours long, is it?
Well, it depends on how you play it. I
Uh,
mean, a guy beat it in 6 hours. I mean, it's like on record already. Like he beat it. He like I enjoyed it. And he posted that he beat the game, showed the credits, and it showed his time in 6 hours.
yeah, he did beat it
It's
in 6 hours.
beatable in 6 hours. He probably went right through it. I wouldn't beat it in 6 hours.
Yeah,
I don't
but
try to beat any games in 6 hours. That's certain people, but he
yeah,
beat it in 6 hours. I
but
threw a jab at Salty, but Salty is the homie. I throw jabs at the homies all the time.
okay, can I finish the point? But the game isn't a 6 hour game though, is it?
No, it's
If you speed
it's
run it as he did, it's 6 hours. He came
yeah.
out
I mean,
with expos and
you
he
can speed
speed
run
ran it on easy, and it's
You
only
can
six
speed
hours.
you can speed run it in less time. You can speed run it in less time
Well,
than that.
he speed run it in 6 hours on
Yeah,
easy.
I mean,
In 6 hours, yeah.
yeah, okay.
But
Yeah. I mean,
I
like I
think
said,
you're
I was
being
throwing
disingenuous by
it.
saying that Halo's only a 6 hour campaign.
Say that again.
I think you're being fair by saying Halo's is only a 6 hour campaign though.
Being fair to who?
Would you say The Last of Us 2 is only a 4.5 hour campaign?
No. Answer that question for me real quick. Who am I supposed to be being fair to when I made
Well,
that comment?
when you post on Twitter to anyone reading your comment, it's
No, I sent the comment.
disingenuous because it's
I
not
sent the
a 6
comment
hour
to.
campaign, is it?
I sent the comment to Salty, right?
Yeah.
Salty is my homie. We go back and forth. Didn't he call me King Hypocrite or some shit like that? And I called him King Hypocrite. He called me King something, right? We're throwing jabs at each other left and right because that's my homie. I've been on his show plenty of times. That's my guy. So if he says something that I don't, it's okay to disagree with people that are your friends.
Yeah.
It's okay, you know.
Right.
So
So
I mean, that's just me throwing a jab at him. If you took offense to a conversation that had nothing to do with you, then that's on you, bro.
no, listen to what I'm saying. Is it fair to call Halo Infinite a 6 hour campaign?
Yes, if it was beaten 6 hours.
Right, okay, so is it fair to say The Last of Us 2 is a 4.5 hour campaign?
Yes, if it was beaten 4.5 hours.
Is it fair to say, I don't know, Shadow of the Colossus is a 1 hour, 30-minute campaign?
If it was beaten an hour, yes.
Is it fair to say Returnal is a 46
Why you keep
minute?
asking the same way? It's
Is
going
it
to
fair
be
to say Returnal is a 46-minute campaign?
every example you have is a yes if it was beaten that time, regardless if it was a speed runner or not.
But it's not fair, is it? Because it's been
Ah,
speed run on easy modes. All those games.
well,
Returnal was
it was
complete on
easy
speed run
mode.
easy on 46 minutes.
Whose fault is that? The developers, right? To put an easy mode into their game and have their game beaten that time, right?
But
That's how
to
they designed it. They wanted to put it easy in there so people can beat it in that speed time.
yeah,
What's so bad about the game
to
being
promote a game as without mentioning speed run or easy, just to say the campaign is 6 hours, wouldn't you agree that's been disingenuous? Would you agree with that?
Why would it be disingenuous if he beat it in 6 hours? Is it fact that he beat it in 6 hours? Yes or no?
On easy and speed running.
Well, we're not asking about like difficulty. He beat it in 6 hours. That's the fact. I don't even know what the difficulty was that he beat it on. Could have been on legendary for all I know.
No, it was easy.
You don't know
He
either.
said
Did
he said it was because one of the PS fanboys that then he said he completed it on in 6 hours on easy and speed ran it, and he just run through any good enemies.
Okay, so he beat it in
He
six
said that,
hours.
but then one of the PS fanboys
Uh-huh.
cut out the easy part, cut out the
Uh-huh.
speed run, and just said
Uh-huh.
Halo. And then a lot of the PS fanboys, including yourself, obviously, were running with the Halo campaigns only 6 hours long.
Well, it was beaten 6 hours, right? Was that inaccurate to say? I mean, if the guy did that bullshit and you seen it, how come you didn't correct it yourself and put the real photo up?
No, someone did. It was corrected. And it was ratio.
It was correct. Okay, so then how come you didn't correct? Why are you taking offense to it? The game was beat 6 hours. So what? Obviously, it was
My
beat.
point is
Obviously,
when you're also and others are then spreading the news that Halo Infinite is a 6 hour campaign.
I didn't spread any news.
Without mentioning, you will arm probably. Without mentioning it was a speed run and it was on easy. That's
Well,
just
it was
saying
beaten
6 hour
6 hours.
campaign is being.
I mean,
It's just
okay, where were you?
games.
Where were you at? When people
No
were
one.
Where were you?
None
Where
of
were
you.
you
None
when
of you
people
talked
said
about
Ratchet & Clank was beat in 6 hours? Where were you?
none of you mentioned Returnal would be in a 46-minute campaign. No one mentioned that. You actually
40.
actually said it should be Game of the Year. No one ever mentioned the game is a
Well,
46-minute campaign.
what's wrong? What's wrong with wanting Returnal to be Game of the Year?
It's a 46-minute campaign.
Returnal is 46 minutes
Yes.
on your first run.
Irrelevant. You just said
So you're beating
it's
that. So
irrelevant. A guy
you're
speeds
beating
around it.
you're beating
Irrelevant.
that in
The
the first
campaign.
run. I
You
mean, you're
just made
beating
this
it
point.
48 minutes. Say that again.
It's irrelevant. You just made the point that if you just said, can the game be complete within this time of Halo in 6 hours? That's all you said.
Okay.
Returnal
Cool.
can be complete in 46 minutes.
Okay. Cool. Game of the Year.
It costs $70.
So
My point is, you can see now where I'm on about the bias. There's no, you're sort of highlighting things about Halo, but you're not highlighting. You're not. It's I mean, if you're going to make a point that Halo, basically, if you're going to make a point Halo Infinite is a 6-hour campaign, I think the least you should highlight is that Returnal's only 46 minutes, or The Last of Us 2 is only 4.5 hours. Do you know? The Last of Us 2.
Oh wait. Let me answer before you go on, because like I said, you're going on a tangent and you're not even letting me talk. Okay. I'm on record for saying Returnal isn't worth $70.
Oh no,
I'm on
certainly. That's why.
Would you like a link? I'll send you a link to the show for that too.
I believe you on that, but that's because no one should be saying games are worth $70.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, no. They actually should,
especially on PlayStation 5 at the moment, because a lot of their games are cross-gen.
$70. $70 is a fair price to ask for any game, including Returnal. I don't think it should be $70, but they know that it should be. They're allowed to tell us how much a game is going to cost, and you're allowed to not buy it. Nobody is forcing anybody to buy any of these games. It's not within our right to tell anyone what they need to sell their shit for. Just like you're not going to fucking let somebody tell you how much you're going to make if you work for them. You know? You're not going to let your boss tell you that he's going to pay you fucking $50 a week. You know what I'm saying? Just cause. You know what I'm saying? Just cause you're hyped or whatever the fuck. You're not gonna allow that shit. Also, you gotta realize there's things like inflation that's going on to where these games should have been raised to $70 last generation. We've been on $60 since the PS3 era, right? Before that, games were $80 and $90. I don't know if you knew how far back you're gonna go on this, but games were $80 and $90 fucking dollars.
I was a PC gamer.
Okay, PC gamer or not doesn't nullify the fact that these games used to be $80 and $90 fucking dollars. Some were $100. Okay, and inflation happened to where 15 years ago, bread cost fucking $2 less than what it does now. Chips cost 25 cents a bag and not 75 cents a bag. Everything has went up in price except gaming, right? Everybody went up in fucking price. Let me ask you a question, bro. If you work for a company for 15 years, are you not taking a raise for 15 years?
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, if we want gaming to continue to have high quality, and these games are costing more and more money to make because people are asking for more and more money to make games because cost of living raises every fucking year, bro. It's a chain reaction to where if we want gaming to continue the way it is at the high quality standard that we're asking for, then we're going to have to fucking pay for it. Period. We just are. It's a two-way street. We're not just here to get and take and take and take and not give back to the fucking gaming people who are actually working their asses off, working on holidays and not seeing their family and their fucking kids and doing crunch and all this fucking shit that they got to do. They're not going to do that for free. They're not going to do that and not get paid.
That's true.
We have to do our part and pay them. I know it doesn't sound cool as a customer, but at the end of the day, we are customers, and this is the we have chosen.
Okay, cut it there. She's gone on, and the thing is, we agree with you, which is why. And just take what you've said there and keep that same energy, right, flowing now into the reasons why you hate Game Pass or the reasons why you hate microtransactions.
Okay.
Everything what you've just said about supporting developers and paying for shit. Why are you then against Game Pass and microtransactions?
Game Pass and microtransactions. Do you know how that works?
Yeah, I do.
You're asking me this question, so I assume you don't.
Oh no, I do. I've seen some
You do.
videos. I don't think you do.
Okay.
So you
So
tell me
how?
why is Game
Oh,
Pass and microtransactions bad for developers?
um, what? Okay, microtransactions aren't bad for developers.
There we go.
Microtransactions are bad for gamers because developers are charging us for stuff that they've removed from the game.
No, it's not
That's
true.
different from a service, right? A service is different. So what a developer isn't even at the table. I don't think you know what's going on with this service thing and how people are getting fucked. Developers are getting fucked
That's not true.
from services because it's the publishers who are talking to the service providers, not the developers.
None of that's true.
See, you see, services are still new. Let me educate you real quick. Services are still new. Okay, they're new,
They're not.
and games take years and years and years to make, and nobody knew that services would have a market by the time their games came out. So, in their contracts that these developers made with these publishers, if they have a publisher, some do it. The ones the developer slash publisher, the people who publish their own games, they can make money off of a service. But developers, say like the people can fly or whatever the fucking nigga's name was with um Square Enix and Outriders,
Yeah.
they didn't get paid off of that off of Game Pass. Sony didn't get paid off of Game Pass because it wasn't in the contract for them to have that clause of a service because nobody was thinking about services when the contract was signed. So people are getting fucked as far as developer side because they're based on unit sales, right? Their shit is based on unit sales. So if
Can I
they're
interject?
fucking if they're putting their game if the publisher is taking money from PlayStation or Microsoft or whoever the fuck they want to have a service on, they're taking that bag and keeping 100% of that because it's not in the contract that the developer gets a cut. They get a cut off of the fucking unit. The problem is Game Pass or or PS Now, if you put your game there, you lose units to anybody who has Game Pass. You know what I'm saying? And because you lose units, you lose twice. You lose as
Right.
far as not getting the bag that
Can I
the
interject?
publisher got for that game, and then you lose off of the units
Okay.
because that same deal that the publisher made fucked your money up on fucking your units.
Right. Can I
That's
interject now? Can I break down what you just said? Right. Right. So firstly, you're
what's the
incorrect
breakdown.
on a lot of it.
Okay,
Right,
I make
so let me just say. So
what
why
developer
did why do you think Sony didn't make money off Game Pass?
why do I think Sony didn't make money on Game Pass?
Yeah, you said Sony
Because they
didn't.
didn't publish. Because
Exactly. They didn't publish the
They didn't.
game, and
They didn't publish the Xbox version of that game.
no, they didn't. That's true.
MLB did.
That is
Right.
true. So why did MLB the show go onto Game Pass?
Say that again.
Why did MLB go onto Game Pass?
Because MLB put it on Game Pass. They
Why would
had
they do that? If they're not
because
going to
they
make money
took the
from it?
bag. They took the bag from Microsoft. Yes,
Because
they got paid.
so the developers got paid more than what they
No,
was making with
publisher.
it physically
The
and exclusive to PlayStation. Yeah.
You're confused. This is why I say you don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
The publisher. MLB is a publisher, not a developer. Sony San Diego developed MLB the show,
Yeah.
but they didn't publish the Xbox version. So MLB the show, I mean MLB, not the show,
Yeah,
but
they
MLB
published it, the Xbox version, and they
they
wanted
published
it.
it and
Yeah.
they made the deal with Microsoft to put it on Game Pass. Microsoft paid MLB
Um,
100% of that fee. Sony didn't get any of it because it wasn't in their contract. They've already said this. I
and
don't know what you have to battle with.
so why would they want why would they want to put the game onto Game Pass if it makes them money?
The
And
publisher,
why did they put it on the Game Pass in the first place? If it was
the publisher,
making money on PlayStation,
because MLB don't even
it was
know the
failing.
value.
Let's be honest.
The MLB. Why you ask me a question? You keep cutting me off, bro. What's up with that, man? Like, relax, bro. Like, you ask me a question, let me answer it. I'm here, bro. Let me answer it. All right?
Go.
Fucking MLB put it on Game Pass because MLB, the publisher, not the developer, the publisher paid for it, right? They paid Sony to make that game for them, and then Sony would also get royalties from the unit sales. But MLB, behind Sony's back, went with Microsoft and did Game Pass and got paid through Game Pass. Fucked up the optics of Sony, and also got royalties from whatever got sold new royalties. That was brand new royalties for whoever don't have Game Pass and bought MLB The Show, and Sony also got royalties from that, and they got royalties from microtransactions.
From what? MLB The Show on Game Pass.
So MLB won that. Microsoft and MLB won that, even though Xbox players barely even touched, but Game Pass players, I should say, barely even touched MLB The Show.
That's not true.
It still was great for the optics.
That's not true. It was one of the
I
highest
was on
played
record
games.
saying
It was one of the highest
you said
played
what?
games on Game. It was one of the highest played games on Game Pass, and it had a lot of sales
Play
on
it?
Game Pass.
You play it? You play it?
I'll give it a go, but it was a bit buggy. And
You gave it a go, or do you play it? You said it's the hottest game on Game Pass. Do you play it?
No, I didn't play it. No.
So who's telling you it's the hottest game on Game Pass?
Google it.
What do you mean? Google it.
Let me have a look. Let me have a look. One moment. Bear with
You
me. And
have a link.
I'll look at it right now. For you.
You don't have. I'm not looking up anything when I talk. Like I have it all here. I mean, because it's facts. So I don't like
I know
just
it's
say.
facts. That's why I know it, but I didn't think I'd have to make a point of it, so I'll do it. I thought if you was going to say something, and as you said, use TrueSpeaker and it's facts, then you'd know. But
What is facts?
MLB.
It's facts. I mean, the only numbers
Pass.
Microsoft gives is player count if it's on Game Pass, right?
There we go. Right. Just looking up now. Bear with me. There we go. Sony's MLB The Show 21 has been a massive success on Game Pass.
Mm-hmm. What does it say?
And it's also sold incredibly well.
Okay. What does it say on there?
You want to read the whole? I don't. Do you need more? Have a look.
Well, I don't want. You don't. I don't ever read titles. You read titles
Right,
and
there we
move
go.
on.
There we go. No, I'm reading through it. And it's the second biggest sports game of all time on Xbox. So all the Xbox games and sports games, it's the second biggest on Xbox.
It's the second biggest sports. Keep reading. Because if you're going to tell me that MLB The Show is more active than NBA 2K and Madden and FIFA, I'm gonna call you a flat out lie.
I'm just reading what it says.
So there's something you're missing in there.
In addition, Xbox Game Pass was said to have added millions of new fans as a result of baseball sim being added to the service, while it also grew Major League Baseball's player base significantly.
Okay. And there you have it.
But perhaps the most interesting bit.
Where does it say it's the highest played game?
Perhaps the most interesting bit of news is that despite its Game Pass edition, MLB The Show was the number one selling paid game on Xbox for the month of April.
For the month of April?
Proving that's when it released.
Okay.
Proving that Game Pass titles can still sell in very high numbers.
Okay, so how does that make your point?
Well, you said it. No one played it. No one bought it.
No, I said that people aren't playing it on Game Pass, and you just read me a sentence about people who bought it and didn't get it on Game Pass.
You this is the problem with this. You are aware you buy games through Game Pass. You know, every game that's in Game Pass, you buy games through it. You're aware of that.
Yeah, I am aware. Are you?
Yes.
That's
how they know these games are being bought through Game Pass.
Listen, because clearly you aren't aware. Are you aware that new games that launch day and date don't go on sale for at least a month or two?
What's that? Oh no, games that go to Game Pass don't go on sale for a month or two.
No, when they go a Game Pass game, go look it up. A Game Pass game, a brand new Game Pass game that launches day and date will not have a discount on it for the first month.
Oh, it might have a discount. It might have a discount.
So,
no. But
you didn't buy it through Game Pass. They didn't buy it. How do you buy it through Game Pass if you didn't get a deal yet through Game Pass?
You just buy them.
Exactly. So it had nothing to do with Game Pass.
Of course it did. I've just read you.
Why would you? Why if you have Game Pass and you want the game? Why would you buy it?
Because people are playing the game. And you're not making sense. I want to keep this. I am making perfect sense. I can't grasp what you're saying because I'm actually telling you facts. Right, games are going on Game Pass. This is what's happening, which you can't comprehend. Games are going on Game Pass. I've done it. Millions have done it.
You said that it was the hottest game on Game Pass, and then you read that it was the hottest paid game. It was the hottest game off of Game Pass.
Yeah, right. Yes, I don't think what you can't grasp is games that go into Game Pass. Yeah, people playing them, enjoying them. and then buying them. Because that's what basic Game Pass is. It's basically like giving people the opportunity to play games they wouldn't normally play. Once they play
No,
those games, they
what
enjoy
Game
them,
Pass
and then they're buying them.
is so what you're saying is Game Pass is you paying to demo games,
Basically,
even
yeah,
when they
before you
have
buy
free
it. Yeah, demo. You play them before you buy them. That's what Game Pass
Yeah,
is.
sometimes, yeah.
Basically, you
So
play it
you're
before you
paying
buy it.
to
It's
demo
just the
games.
same like back in the day with Blockbusters. You were in Blockbusters,
Except
you used to be able to
you're
rent your
paying
games. If you like the game, then you could buy it.
right. You're
Exactly the
paying to
same
demo
system.
games. You're telling me that because in the month of April is when MLB The Show launched. You're telling me that these people had Game Pass and then played it on Game Pass and then went
Enjoy
and
it and
bought it.
bought it. Yeah,
That's what you're saying.
that's not what I'm saying. It's what the site's
Even
saying.
though they have
It's what they're
Game
telling
Pass, do
me.
you know how sensationally horrid that take is? Do you understand how bad that take is? What's the next topic?
What's the bad take on that?
That's a bad take. If you're telling me that they ain't paying monthly for Game Pass, and then they have MLB The Show on Game Pass, and you're telling me that they demoed it first before they bought it, even though they have the whole game downloadable
Yeah,
on Game Pass,
yeah.
they said, fuck that. I'm going to spend $70 that I'm so pissed off about to buy MLB The Show. Okay, what's the next topic, Doc? What's the next one?
I
What
think
else?
you would have changed the topic because you completely lost the point there.
No, no.
Because you was
I
trying
think
to downplay MLB. No, I
okay,
haven't finished yet. Hold it. You was trying to downplay MLB not being successful, and I've
okay,
just debunked you and proved that it was very successful. Also,
okay.
and we're not finished on
Okay.
these
There
topics.
is some information showing that people bought this through Game Pass.
Oh, really? I don't really want to keep having to Google stuff. I've already proved the point.
What do you mean? Like, what they Microsoft ain't released no numbers of the amount of MLB The Shows that sold with people demoing them first. So you're making stuff up. That's why I'm like, change the subject.
I'm not making stuff up. I literally read it off the site.
What?
I literally read it off the site. You said MLB. You were saying MLB. Nobody played it. Nobody bought it because it's on Game Pass. Which is actually not true at all. It's completely opposite.
said that nobody is playing that shit on Game Pass right now.
Not right
What
now,
I said.
probably not. No, not right now, probably not.
And you said no, it's the hottest game on Game Pass, and then you go and you look it up and you find out that they said it was the number one selling game that sold in the month of April. So it sold at $70 more than any Xbox game there. At $70.
I don't think it was $70 now. I don't think MLB Show was $70 on Xbox. I think it was $60.
MLB The Show was $70 on Xbox, big dog. You didn't know that either?
No, because I didn't buy it.
How is it that Xbox fans never know what's going on with Xbox, but get mad at me for telling them what's going on with Xbox?
Well, I don't know what's going. You make videos about Xbox all the time. You don't seem to know anything about Xbox. You don't even say no.
What do you mean? I know more about Xbox than you.
Right,
I just proved that I know more about Xbox than you.
You don't. Let's back. Right, I've debunked your point about MLB The Show because now you're going on to
No,
talk about now
you
people playing
really did.
MLB
But if
Show
you want to say
now,
that,
which is never the point because I would say probably it's not really
you
nowhere near
really
people
didn't.
playing
But if
MLB
you
Show
want to
now,
say
I
that,
wouldn't argue that point. That's
you want to
silly
say
point.
that for your recording, and that's fine. If you want to say that for your recording, cool. I mean, do what you do. If you're gonna lie to your people,
Well,
lie. But
anyone listening will
people are gonna
know
know that
that you said it failed because it's on Game Pass, and
You
that's
said
been
what?
debunked.
I didn't say it failed. What are you talking about? I
Alright.
said that people aren't playing it. You know what? Just rewind it later. That way, because you just digging a bigger hole.
Alright.
What's the next topic?
Caught on a fire, only let me do after a fire, fire is something I can do, just call a fire.